We're about to embark on a chilling journey to some of the most haunted places on Earth. Those locations where the veil between our world and the spectral realm is thin, places where the echoes of tragedy and terror linger, attracting us with a mixture of fear and fascination. Why are we so drawn to these haunted locations? I think it's because they offer a glimpse into the unknown, a chance to confront the mysteries that lie beyond our understanding. They challenge our sense of reality and make us question what happens after we die. Join me if you dare, as we explore the dark corners of history and confront the spine-chilling stories of these haunted places. The Tower of London. It stands as a monument to England's turbulent past, a silent sentinel that has witnessed centuries of imprisonment, torture, and execution. Within its ancient walls, countless souls met their untimely end, their final breaths leaving an imprint on the very stones. Some say those imprints manifest as something more, something unknowable. It's no wonder that the tower is said to be one of the most haunted places in the world. The most famous specter here is Anne Boleyn, the ill-fated queen of Henry VIII, beheaded in 1536 on charges of treason, adultery, and incest. Her spirit is said to roam the tower, forever searching for peace that was denied to her in life.
Witnesses have described seeing my headless figure gliding through the halls, my spectral presence most often reported near the site of my execution. Imagine, if you will, the sheer terror of turning a corner and coming face to face with the apparition of a queen who met such a gruesome end.
But Anne is not the only restless soul said to haunt the tower. Lady Jane Grey, the 9 Days Queen, is also said to appear as a shadowy figure, her youthful face etched with the sorrow of her brief reign. And then there are the 2 young princes, Edward and Richard, their innocent laughter said to echo through the halls, a chilling reminder of the day they disappeared, their fate, a mystery that continues to haunt historians to this day. The Tower of London stands as a chilling reminder that the past never truly dies. It whispers to us through the centuries, inviting us to confront the darkness that lies at the heart of human history. Deep in the heart of Louisiana, shrouded in Spanish moss and shadowed by ancient oaks, stands the Myrtles Plantation. It's a place where beauty and horror intertwine, where the antebellum elegance masks a history steeped in darkness and despair. This grand old mansion has borne witness to over 2 centuries of life and death, its history stained with tales of tragedy and violence. But it's the restless spirits who remain, unable or unwilling to leave, that make the Myrtles Plantation a hotbed of paranormal activity. Among the spirits said to roam the Myrtles, one name is whispered more than any other: Chloe.
A slave girl who met a tragic end. My story is a chilling reminder of the brutality that marked that era. Legend has it that, in a desperate attempt to save myself from the wrath of my master, I poisoned a birthday cake intended for his family. The result was devastating, claiming the lives of his wife and 2 daughters. Filled with remorse and fearing for my life, I confessed my actions, but my pleas for mercy fell on deaf ears. I was hanged from a tree on the plantation grounds, my body left to swing in the breeze as a grim warning to others.
Now, Chloe's tortured soul is said to wander the Myrtles, her eyes forever reflecting the horror of that fateful day. Visitors and staff alike have reported seeing Chloe's apparition, often described as a tall woman in a turban, her eyes burning with an eerie intensity. Some claim to have captured her image in photographs, her spectral form appearing as a misty silhouette against the backdrop of the plantation. But Chloe is not alone. The spirits of the children she allegedly poisoned are also said to haunt the Myrtles, their laughter echoing through the halls, a chilling reminder of the innocence lost within those walls. At the base of Mount Fuji in Japan lies a place shrouded in sorrow and silence. Aokigahara, the suicide forest. This dense woodland with its gnarled trees and eerie stillness has become a magnet for those seeking to escape the pain of the world. The air is heavy here, not just with the scent of pine needles and damp earth, but with something else, something ancient and unsettling. It's as if the forest itself absorbs the anguish of those who enter, trapping their despair within its depths.
The stories told about Aokigahara are not for the faint of heart. Locals whisper of eerie, vengeful spirits said to haunt the forest, their souls tethered to this realm by unfinished business or a desire for revenge.
Many who venture into Aokigahara describe a profound sense of unease, a feeling of being watched, of being surrounded by unseen eyes. Some claim to have seen shadowy figures flitting between the trees, their forms shifting and disappearing as quickly as they appear. Hikers have reported hearing disembodied whispers, pleading voices that seem to emanate from the trees themselves. These voices, they say, are the echoes of those who took their lives in the forest, their anguish lingering in the air like a toxic mist.
The forest floor is littered with personal belongings, remnants of lives cut short, each object a silent testament to the despair that led so many to this place.
Aokigahara stands as a stark reminder of the fragility of the human spirit, a place where darkness and despair have taken root, and where the veil between the living and the dead seems perilously thin. In the murky waters of the Venetian lagoon lies a small island, shrouded in mist and whispered tales of horror. Pavia. Once a refuge, a place of quarantine for those ravaged by the Black Death, it later became a dumping ground for the sick, the insane, and the unwanted. Now it stands abandoned, a decaying monument to suffering and despair, its crumbling buildings echoing with the screams of the dead.
Imagine, if you will, the terror of being shipped to Pavia during the plague, the stench of death, the cries of the sick and dying, the constant fear that you too would succumb to the gruesome fate that awaited so many. Those who died on Pavia were buried in mass graves, their bodies piled high, their souls denied peace.
It's said that the soil of the island is composed of more than 50% human ash, a chilling testament to the horrors that unfolded there. Later, a mental asylum was built on the island, a place where the most troubled souls were sent, often subjected to cruel experiments and inhumane treatment. The screams of the patients, driven mad by their confinement and the horrors they witnessed, are said to echo through the halls to this day.
Pavia is a place of palpable dread. Visitors who dare to set foot on its shores speak of an overwhelming sense of oppression, a feeling that the very air is thick with sorrow and despair. Fishermen, their boats skirting the edges of the island, refuse to set their nets near its shores, fearing they'll dredge up more than fish in their nets. They speak of seeing shadowy figures moving through the windows of the abandoned buildings, of hearing the wails of the dead carried on the wind.
Pavia stands as a chilling reminder of our capacity for cruelty and the enduring power of fear. It is a place where the veil between the living and the dead is said to be razor thin, a place where the echoes of suffering continue to haunt the present. Nestled amidst the breathtaking beauty of the Canadian Rockies stands the Banff Springs Hotel, a luxurious retreat, a beacon of elegance and grandeur. But beneath its opulent facade lies a darker history, one filled with tales of tragedy, mystery, and restless spirits. For over a century, guests have reported encountering the unexplained within the hotel's grand halls and shadowy corridors. Whispers of cold spots, flickering lights, and disembodied voices have become as much a part of the hotel's lore as its stunning architecture and breathtaking views.
One of the most enduring tales is that of the ghost bride. Legend tells of a young bride who, on her wedding day, met a tragic end within the hotel walls. Dressed in her flowing white gown, she had descended the grand staircase, eager to meet her groom. But fate, it seemed, had other plans. A faulty candle, a misplaced step, and the young bride tumbled to her death, her lifeless body discovered at the foot of the stairs. Now, her spirit is said to roam the hotel, forever searching for her lost love.
Guests have reported seeing a solitary figure in white gliding through the ballroom, her spectral form waltzing to a melody only she can hear. Others claim to have seen her apparition on the staircase, her ethereal form vanishing as quickly as it appears. But the ghost bride is not the only spirit said to reside within the Banff Springs Hotel.
There's the story of Sam the bellman, a faithful employee who passed away decades ago. Dressed in his bellhop uniform, he's said to still roam the halls, eager to assist guests, just as he did in life. And then there's room 873. A room permanently sealed off, its door wallpapered over, concealing a dark secret. Legend has it that a family was murdered within that room, their spirits now trapped, their rage palpable to those who dare to venture near.
From the blood-soaked Tower of London to the despair-ridden Aokigahara forest, we've explored places where history and the paranormal collide. We've delved into the chilling stories of restless spirits, tragic deaths, and the unexplained phenomena that continue to baffle and terrify. These haunted locations serve as chilling reminders that some mysteries may never be solved, that some doors are best left unopened. But for those brave enough to seek answers, to confront the darkness, These places offer a glimpse into the unknown, a chance to connect with the spectral realm that exists just beyond our perception. Have you ever had a paranormal experience in a haunted location? Share your stories in the comments below.